And welcome back, everybody, to the CCL Summer Ace Tournament powered by eFuse. My name is Seymour, and as always, for the day, cruising alongside me, we're here to bring you Team Crooked versus Team Plazmaa over in the loser round 3 matchup. So we're moving through this, another losers round, and then we're going to be done. And why not just run you through it? Let's take a look at that bracket just to make sure everything is good. So the top of the bracket, it is done for the day, and these are the teams that have fallen first before we check into that bracket. So Cruz, I mean, a lot of these teams I'm surprised to see go. Red chasing fastball out to begin with. I mean, 47, he didn't even get to play, but
that was sad as well. I'm very upset that 47 team didn't get to play. I was very excited to see that team, him, Daniel Dobsky, and Raiju. Yeah. I think that could have been a really good team. Unfortunately, they don't even end up playing in it. But, I mean, I think the big one that everybody's surprised about is probably Red Chase and Draco being out of it. That was a very good team that honestly we expected to do a lot better. They looked a little bit rough in that first game, and we talked about it a little bit earlier on as well. It's just one of those situations where team probably just didn't end up meshing, but we can take a look at the full bracket now as well. Really just take a look and see where we are within this bracket. And I mean, you can see it here. Team Tactic already in the finals. We saw that happen earlier on with a 3-0 over test in the last map. The control was a lot closer, but still tied up at 1-1 between this Fishy and Beaston game. But then looking down towards this loser side of the bracket, you can already see winner of Venet versus Team Dr. Perseus will go up against Team Tessence in that losers round 4 matchup. And then where we are right now in the bracket, we are at Team Plazmaa versus Team Crooked. I think this is going to be a fantastic one.
I couldn't agree more with you. But just to fill you guys in for the rest of it, semifinals won't be played today. It'll be played tomorrow. And then same thing with losers round 5. That is where we're going to finish for the day for the losers bracket. So if you're looking at where we will end on the day, for right now, the top of the bracket is done as soon as Fishy and Beaston finish their game. In the losers bracket, it'll finish at 5. So tomorrow we're going to pick up where we leave off. And right now, we got to keep this party going. Plazmaa, Crooked, up next. Let's take a look at our maps, Cruz, because it's all set and ready to go. The storyline, it's going to start with Raid. We go to Moscow, checkmate for the next 2 maps. Garrison for map 4 if it goes to the second hard point. Raid to finish this off if it goes the distance. And I mean, we've seen plenty of raids, so we know what to expect on this. Expect. Oh my, English is hard. We know what to expect in the raid for this map number 1, but I mean, that checkmate control, it's going to be something new for that map number 3.
I mean, we haven't seen one on stream yet. We haven't seen anything but raid control yet. So I mean, I'm excited to I never thought I'd say I was excited to see a checkmate control, but you know what? I'm excited to see one today. And then of course we got Moscow and Garrison inside that beautiful raid sandwich that makes up the bread of this entire series here. You know what? Just leave me in my analogies alone, all right? But honestly, I think this is gonna be a really good one. I love the map set. I think it's. I think the most interesting thing about the map set is that we actually have 4 different maps throughout this. I think it's the first time that we've actually had that today as well. So I mean, we're loading on into map number 1. We should be hopping into that quite shortly. But I mean, I say it all the time, and I'll say it again. I love Raid Hardpoint for the first map of any series. It just is such a good way to set the tone.
Good icebreaker, of course, to set the tone. Raid, it couldn't get better than that. And I mean, we have seen some pretty tight raid games today. We have seen some blowouts today as well. And look at that, Crooked opens this up with 2. Make it 3 in a row for Andrew Crooked. Absolutely tearing this one apart. Make it 4 in a row. What a way to split 5 in a row. Give him 6 in a row. Crooked, what is that? What a start.
Streaks?
7 in a row. Streaks just like that. What is this?
Somebody test this man. What the heck did he do? What the heck did he do during the break?
Oh, what did Plazmaa do to you, Crooked?
Full streaks. Off the break here, a spawn flip out. Plazmaa will finally hop into this hill. But what a break off. Ray and Strike, they're 0-3. They didn't even need to do anything because you had Crooked, and once again, he's going to be the first line of defense. And he gets both again. Crooked absolutely on one to start this game off.
23-23, and Andrew Crooked is 10-1. Like, what? I think Plazmaa is lucky that it's a tie game at the moment. But now they're going to be setting up for a break into kitchen here. You do have a player, Crook, going to be setting up to get in behind and shut them out. But he's going to be stunted, so everything forward-facing. Andrew Crooked clears it out with 2. And just like that, you got to go back to the drawing board if you're Team Plazmaa.
Andrew, what is this guy on right now? Yeah, like, he is literally unstoppable. You talked about an immovable object earlier. Okay, well, he died, but you know what? Crooked still, nonetheless. He has been unreal to start this game off. The fact that Plazmaa is still in this, Crooked, somebody give this man some help, please.
I don't know. I did not expect that. There's a lot that I expected from this series, but it was not that. Cupan, though, cleans up house with 2.
How is he 14-3 with a 10-point lead?
I don't know, man. But scrap time to Team Plazmaa. They're going to tie us back up to Garage. And every hope in the world, every wish in the world right now for Team Plazmaa, and the fact that they are tied right now into this. Crook cuts off center. Strike looking to get flanked on, but expecting Plazmaa around the corner. Cleans him up. Wheezy finds his 2nd kill of the game. Right now, Team Crooked in a really good position to take a big lead in this game.
Yeah, they got broken on that kitchen hold, but this is a really good chance for them to be able to push out and find a couple of these kills off spawn. And I mean, it's Crooked again, the first line of defense. Already finding 2 through the front, and Strike now with Crooked falling, he needs to push up forward. He does, and he's at least able to find 1. This is going to really stagger this push. Finds the 2nd as well. So I mean, this has been a great job so far. And he can just sit here and just hold contestation. And I mean, this is huge because now if he just contests the remainder of this time, the rest of the Team Crooked, they can just rotate all the way over to basketball, and no time to be earned here from the side of Plazmaa. And Strike wins the gunfight. So back 10 will turn scrap time into new time now for Team Crooked.
And they got 3 in a row too for the rotations. I mean, that's a whole 4 down for Team Plazmaa. You still have both streaks for Crooked just in case for the later end of this game. Strikes on a 5 spree as well off screen, so you're gonna have to keep that in the back of your mind. Pushes the aggression, finds Crook, and just like that, I mean, Team Crooked, they're in a great position now. Where this was close going into Garage, you're starting to see the kills factor on into this.
Yeah.
But a break, that's solid. 3 go down for Crooked to get right back into it. It's going to be Shatter to hold on tight to this hill, but a nice cleanup from Team Plazmaa. They're going to stop the bleeding for now.
Yeah, you were able to weather the storm for a little bit if you are Team Plazmaa. But I mean, unfortunately for them, just Strike started turning up a little bit there. And that's the thing. I mean, if anybody else on the side of Team Crooked can really start to turn up and drop some big numbers the way that Crooked is, that's when you're going to start to see this game really get blown wide open. But right now, so far so good for Team Crooked. They've at least held this lead on, and you still do have those full streaks in the back pocket for Crooked off the rip.
I mean, a good hold on to Courtyard, and Plazmaa would be right back into this game.
Yeah, but the issue is they have to break on the Courtyard, and I mean, Crooked's got a fairly decent setup right now. At least still 2 players inside the hill. Wheezy's going to try to make the push in from the front. And he's got some help over the top of him as well, so the break will at least come through. And you're not wrong at all. If they hold on to the remainder of this, it's only going to be a 20-point game going into the 2nd set of rotations.
It's not too bad. I mean, I think this is big fault if you are Team Crooked to let this one be as close as it is. And the fact that, I mean, Andrew is 25-11 after the first set of rotations, and I mean, you still got 14 seconds to find a few more before that first hill pops open. They have full control of the bottom of the mini-map. I don't know how this is close. I am stunned.
I mean, how dare Andrew? He started 20-5, and now he has slowed down quite a bit, 25-11. Only a 1-to-1 KD since that, but I mean, still, he's playing unreal. And he's just not getting any help right now. I mean, 7-13 from Ray, 7-12 from Shatter. 2 players who need to start to turn it up a little bit here, especially when you have a teammate who's dominating and taking over the map the way that he is right now.
Oh, Crook finds 2 to break in. Is going to hit that contention. Cupan to find 3 now. And back into this. A solid break from Team Plazmaa. And the flip is there, but you got to keep your eyes out for Ray now. You look for a player to make a difference, but some poor timing, and that flip is going to be solidified now. 25 seconds to get extra time over at hill number 1 and maintain spawns for hill number 2. But if you take a look at your minimap, player number 1 breaks on through. That's Crooked to get on through kitchen and once again flip these spawns on out. So you had a good setup from Team Plazmaa. It is completely gone.
I honestly thought we might get a streak usage from Crooked there to really get them off that hill, but they didn't even need to use the streaks. They, once again, they flip the spawns, they turn scrap into new, and they're able to get the back 10 seconds, get the first 10 seconds over here, and I mean, can you even stop Andrew Crooked right now?
I think I want to take bets on how many kills he's gonna have at the end of this, because
I got 40.
They just keep on going up and up. I expect him to break 40.
Over under 40. What do you got?
Over 40. I got over 40 for this one. I mean, you still got time to make it. 190 to 135. I mean, Plazma's doing a solid job. Every single player. I mean, Wheezy had a slow start, but he's starting to bring it back in. But I mean, Team Plazma. I mean, a few links on some hills, and they're still into this one. But yeah, like you say, Ray started to pick up the pace. I mean, marginally, if Team Crooked, if they have 3 players playing on the same wavelength, I think this is going to be a little out of the hand because you can't tame Crooked whatsoever. But ooh, Crooked's some good information. He's going to be able to clean him off. Free kill to himself. That's the start of something new. Now, here comes the flood on into this hill. Ray on an island to play hero. He just can't.
Plazmaa just got so much information through the middle of the map. Beautiful flank from the captain himself. He'll be able to find 2 players to the back, staggers that push out one more time, and now everybody from Team Crooked, they're going to have to come off spawn and try to hit this from a different angle.
I mean, they have a long ways to go, but they're finding all the kills. Ray not able to clean up Wheezy just yet. Still 30 seconds to clean up, and Team Crooked, they break on in, and look at that. He's just ripping through him. I don't know. He's starting to slow down. We might not be right on this bet.
Yeah, did we just cast the curse? Did we just cast or curse Andrew Crooked? How dare we? I mean, he's got streaks too. He's got to find 40. There's no way. I've got full faith still. My over under. We're going to the casino later. We're placing bets. Might not be a good one though.
I'm not. After what I just said and what I'm seeing right now,
he's got no faith.
I better stay away from this one, but 2:30, you need 20 seconds left. Wheezy, big break back into the SEAL Team Plazmaa. They stay alive. 47 seconds into this basketball hill. And here come the streaks now. Crooked. Bandit like Beckham. Right into their 2 players. Waiting. Oh, he doesn't get it, and Crook finds 2 in turn. So they burn a streak. They find the kills. They're holding on to the time, and you need to keep holding because it's still winnable technically if you get a break from the side of Team Crooked.
I just want to know where that missile went.
I think it hit the roof.
Maybe. I have no idea. But nonetheless, the break will be coming in from the back and the front from Team Crooked. They're able to make the break, and they can get mighty close to putting this game away here. But I think the big thing for Plazmaa is they can't win here. So Plazmaa needs to just push back and set up for this courtyard, because once courtyard pops, Plazmaa can win on this hill.
5 opens up. Take a look at the mini-map because Team Crooked are setting up to completely suffocate this team, but they push them out of the zone with the artillery strike. And look at that, Team Plazmaa, they expect the aggression, they take the gunfights, and it's not going to last for long. The break comes on through. Team Crooked 240 or 250 to 223. What a start from Crooked. Slowed down towards the end of it, but I mean, you couldn't ask for anything more from your captain.
I mean, we get to see it again right here. This was the start of the game.
What?
I mean, how many did he get in this kill cam off the rip? This was absolutely unreal. And then if you guys were wondering, if you guys missed the start of the game, he went on another 6 after that one there. So, I mean, I will say this. I think he only finished with 35. So, I mean, I hate it here.
That's why I'm not going to the casino. It's why I don't go to the casino. I take a bet, it's the wrong one, but even still, if you're going to bet on Team Crooked taking that map one after a start we saw from the captain, I mean, you bet right. 250 to 233. Coming up next is going to be Moscow Search and Destroy. Let's take a look at our bracket, Cruz, to see what everybody else is doing now throughout the rest of the series. Because if you look on down there, Team Venet up 2-0 over Dr. Perseus. And that Fishy Beastin game, that's kind of turned for worse if you're Team Beastin fans. Because Fishy, they found 2 in a row now, the Search and the Control, to lead this series over in that Winners Round 3 matchup. And after Team Beastin, I mean, they have been a Search and Destroy team, but they lose that map number 2. And if you force a Game 5 against Team Fishy, are you really feeling that comfortable?
I mean, no, you're really not. But I mean, they're gonna do what they have to do, right? Like Beastin, we already know they're Search and Destroy specialists from everything we've seen from them today. So they need to take this hard point. We've seen them take a hard point as well against a good team in Venet, who has looked extremely strong at hard point in every other series that we've seen them play. So I mean, you got to imagine that Venet has a very good chance still to be able to come back into the series. So I mean, Beastin, not Venet. You got to think that Beastin has a good chance to be able to come back in the series. And if they do force that Game 5, I have every ounce of my body believes that they could win that Game 5 and bring themselves here into the winners finals. Now, kind of reeling it back in a little bit though, towards this next game, we're going to be heading towards the Moscow Search and Destroy. And I mean, you got to think that the big thing that Plazmaa needs to do here is they need to answer to one man, and they need to shut down Crooked. You can't let him make a big individual play here in the search and destroy.
They started doing that towards the end of the hard point. But this search and destroy, it's totally different because, I mean, you don't get those respawns to just keep throwing bodies at Crooked. You're going to have to play it a lot more methodical, shut him down in the early game, because if you let him take a little bit too much, well, you saw what happened on the break in that hard point. You can't let that happen again. It's just like the Nira effect that we were seeing in the last one, is you just have to make sure that you shut down their star player. And once they started shutting down Nira in that control in the last series, you saw how close that thing got. So, I mean, it's the same factor if you're Team Plazmaa here. They were knocking on the door of victory in that hard point. If Crooked wasn't turning up the way he was, Plazmaa would have won that. Like, 100%. As easy as you could ask for. So, if you look into Search and Destroy, definitely, you highlighted the right thing. You're looking at shutting down Crooked, and just like that, Q-Pan finds him. 3 go down for Team Crooked. 3v1 Shatter all alone to hit this flank up from behind. The bomb is getting planted, but he can't see the bomb planter, so he's gonna have to push on into the site. Q-Pan pops up, and FFAR rips him to pieces.
He just shredded it. I'm sorry, I don't react like that very often, but that is a jump and a shot right there and a half. Oh, I think we're gonna get to see it here too. Don't get me all excited like this game. Q-Pan's gonna put the bomb down. Oh, I can't wait to see these shots here. That's an FFAR for you with no missed shots at all in it, right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. What a play. What a play, indeed. 1-0 start for Team Plazmaa. That's the bounce back that you need. I mean, if there's anything to kind of keep Crooked at bay, it is a search and destroy. I mean, this gives Team Plazmaa a lot to work with to make sure that they can keep that captain at bay. I mean, it's definitely a lot slower pace than the hard point, so you can control it as all. But here comes the attack. Full-fledged aggression. Plazmaa does disengage to find that 1 kill, but Strike picks up where his teammate left off, finds 2. Now Q-Pan last alive in screens.
No FFAR in hand this time. Come on, Q-Pan. You just shredded somebody with it last game. Strike spots him. He'll take the challenge. He ends up falling. And I mean, Q-Pan doesn't have to get aggressive here. Ray is the player who needs to push up and get that bomb down. And you got to think that Q-Pan knows that the bomb is down there now after seeing him laying down on it.
Look at this awareness. Q-Pan, though, he drops the gun. And perfect timing for Ray to clutch up in the 1v1. Turns the corner, jumping shots, clears it out. And let's take a look at Strike here, because Strike was a key force in keeping this through. The connection onto Wheezy barely spots him out in the peripheral vision as he was crossing on through that garbage side to the half wall. And he just cleans it up. Big plays from Strike to pick up that round. And the clutch from Ray is just everything you can ask for. Some poor time for Q-Pan, but exactly what you need if you're Team Crooked.
Exactly what you need. You're not wrong at all. I mean, I need Crooked to turn it up a little bit here. 1 and 2 only. What's going on here, man? Come on. I'm totally just kidding, but nonetheless, looking off the start of this round, it's going to be a very aggressive hit towards the Boulevard from the side of Team Plazmaa. And you got to think this is going to set a big rotation in from the rest of Team Crooked here. There's only one player here. The rest of them going to rotate over, and it's going to be led by Strike and Crooked.
Oh, Crook. Oh, he can't get that one. Crook is going to get in and out. Go for seconds, though. And he's eating. 2v3. Both players backed into the Boulevard. And look at this heads-up play. As fast as ever, the rotation's going to be there. Hits the deck as Plazmaa, and he's going to be swept up under the rug. 3v1 again, and they're just going to clean that one up. Take out the trash for that round number 3. And Team Crooked, 2-1. They find 2 rounds in a row.
Yo, can we get Crooked in the league already? Like, this guy is unreal. I'm just watching the way he challenges all these gunfights. I'm like actually like fanboying right now over Andrew Crooked. He is playing so good right now. And I mean, that entire round is won on the back of them just being able to break in. Him into the submachine gun duo of Strike. They get all 4 kills in the round there. They break into the zone. Huge round there from them. We'll see what they decide to do here on offense. I mean, that first round of defense from Plazmaa, or from the side of Crooked, that's what kind of looked rough. But I mean, already they've started to make their comeback, and Strike will get that trade right away onto Crooked. The submachine gun duo is working so well right now in this series together.
Oh, Strike! Oh, how is he slipping through there? Slippery snake. Jacker speaks up. Oh, he can't find the shots though. 1v3. Shatter. One more time. Oh, and he goes to the shot punch, but...
He forgot the punch part of the shot.
Forgot the punch part of the shot, yeah.
Unfortunate there. A little bit of a mechanic. That's an awkward gunfight when both players slide into each other. He does end up falling there, but I mean, that's just a good defense there from Plazmaa in all honesty as well.
It's not a game of hockey. You can't like body check your team, your opposing team.
Here come the Canadian references. No. I'm just kidding. Hockey's in an international game. Twitch chat, don't get on me right now. Nonetheless, let's keep it going. Plazmaa back on offense now, making their way over towards the A site here. And I mean, it's a pretty hard counter coming in from the side of Team Crooked. They've got 1 through middle of the map, 2 over towards the A side. So I mean, they're set up and ready to go for this, but they do get first blooded here. And Crooked, of course, it's Crooked who's able to find 2 off the rip. And I mean, you got to be watching this flank coming in from the back. I don't think that Plazma's ready for this.
I mean, it's all up to Shatter now. Instead of a 1v3, 1v2, so a lot more doable than the last one. And you can catch some solid timing to drop Coupon with this bomb. You just got to duck around. Same thing as last time, and Shatter's going to meet the same demise. Q-Pan is unstoppable in that position.
Yo, if you are ever thinking that Q-Pan is on the bomb, don't wait for it to go down. Just slide around and check the dang bomb because you are not killing this man off of a head glitch right now. That's all I'm going to say.
Fantastic, though, from Team Plazmaa.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but Q-Pan absolutely answering the call of Crooked on the opposite side, really turning it up. And now you got to start looking at Team Crooked again. You got to look at Shatter and Ray. And once again, you're looking at them and you're like, hey, guys, we can't have 2 people at 1 and 4, 1 and 5, and 1 and 3 right now. We need one of you guys to turn it up right now, at the very least, if we want a chance to be able to win this game.
Same thing as the hard point. There's the 2 of them that needed to step up to kind of put that one away. And got to look at them again here in the search and destroy. Kirk is tucked away in a corner. And Crooked sniffs it out. So, first blood now. And second blood. Ray's going to find the combination. So, 4-2 in the player lives. All up to Wheezy and Plazmaa. Oh, and Shadow's getting some perfect timing. Oh, Wheezy reads it. Brings it back a little bit. Plazmaa shots out of distance onto Strike. Drops him down to 5 HP. The nade's not going to land. And now it's all up to Plazmaa to clear this one out. Strike laying prone. He's going to get the shots on and clear out this round. Bring us back to even Stevens.
Yeah, super good round there from the side of Crooked. I mean, they push all the way up. They get this bomb down for practically for free, and they just play all the entries. Nobody on the side of Plazmaa could even really push into the zone, because once you did, you got to deal with Andrew Crooked waiting for you. He's the bouncer at the door there. You're not getting into the apartments there, and just an unfortunate spot that Plazmaa finds themselves in. Back on offense now, though. I mean, their offense is where I think that they have shined in this game so far, and it's really been Q-Pan who's been the shining star for them on offense.
Truly has been. 6-3. Let's take a look at this break, though. Look at the defense. They're going to push aggressive through checkers and stick player number 6 exactly where Crook was in the previous round. Are they going to sniff this one out? I mean, it's exactly where you place your teammates, so I'd imagine they check it, but I mean, it goes on checks lots, and in fact, Shatter's actually going for a little bit extra. Now they know he's here, and they don't even collapse on him. I think that was an opportunity to clear him out, but even still, Wheezy's going to find him. Shatter tries to go for a hero play, and again, it's just not going to favor them. They push on in, overwhelm Crooked. Now it's all up to Ray. 1v4. Can he clutch?
I love the change of pace from Plazmaa. Instead of hitting towards the A side like they had been over and over again, they decided, hey, you know what, let's hit towards mid. Ray will be able to find Q-Pan, so I mean, he takes away this shining star off of Plazmaa, but it's still a 1 versus 3. It's a very tough situation to be able to do so, and yeah, unfortunately, he couldn't find the way there.
I think this is exactly like the hard point, but in Team Plazma's perspective, they're just holding on to that little bit of distance that they have. But Team Crooked is one good play from Shatter to break through and take the lead here. Because it's really been Shatter who's been just putting his team in such awkward positions off the start. But hit to A we go. They force out the first one, and an excellent job by Plazmaa to catch them off the rotation. It's a 2-on-2. Crooked is going to hit the deck, drop this bomb, but take a look at player number 3, Q-Pan. He's hitting that wide flank, and Plazma's going to recognize that. He's going to give this one up and just wait for his teammate to strike. There you have it. Crooked, 1v2. Players on either side. He's going to force the gunfight. 1v1 now. He knows exactly where Q-Pan is. 30 seconds to play with. The bomb's not planted for him, so Q-Pan could just take this. Crooked goes for the kill, and he's not able to dip out in time. Yeah, caught on the wall.
I'm gonna just say it. Q-Pan's the best FFAR player in the world. It has to be said. Absolutely unreal stuff coming in from him. I've never seen somebody really play that FFAR like this, especially in competitive COD. I don't know if a recent buff came through or what I'm missing, but I might need to start trying to play with that FFAR in league play a little bit here because he's looking unreal with that. And just another very good round for Team Plazmaa, putting themselves on map point. And I mean, with how that first hard point went, this is absolutely the best bounce back map that they could have had.
Off the break. Very standard setup for this attacking side, just playing for mistake off of Team Crooked's half. It is a stack to A for the majority of the blue squad for defense, and Shatter left with the duty of defending the B side. So far, it does a great job. Takes down Crook, so first blood is there. It's a wonderful start. It's exactly a difference maker that we haven't seen in previous rounds from Shatter.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, it's only a second kill of the entire game, but just to find that first blood, it opens up a lot for his team there in Team Crooked. I'm kind of interested to see what Plazmaa decides to do with the bomb here. It does look like they're going to try to wrap it out towards B, but it's still going to be Shatter being the lone player over here. And I mean, once those shots come in, you got to think he's going to get some help. And it's exactly what happens. The strike rotates over, but little do they know, looks like the bomb rotating back over towards A.
Quick dash towards this, but take a look at Crooked. He's all the way back fountain now. They have Plazmaa trapped through here. You need Plazmaa to find a kill in this situation. Players all around him. It's going to be Crooked to clean him up now. Player advantage to the blue squad. Seems like they're going to group up and just as 3 players just power on into this. But Q-Pan is going to be holding close into that angle. I'm pretty sure he was spotted out. Excellent job to clear out the angle. 29 seconds to work with. 1v3. Wheezy alone, able to find the first one. Now he's just going to play coy and drop on out there. They're hopping the defuse. Strike's going to be sticking this one. Wheezy, you got to check it, but Crooked is on the hunt. Put 4 up onto the board for Team Crooked as they are closing the distance.
All right, so Crooked dropped what 35 in the hard
Something
point,
like that.
I think he's on 12 now in the search and destroy, and if they're able to bring this back, I mean, I have no doubt in my mind he can get fairly high up in this game in terms of score here. 12-6. I mean, there's no question in my mind this man is putting the team on his back. Yes, you got Strike who's helping out a bit here, but I mean, Shatter and Ray need to really turn it up in these next 2 rounds. You can't just leave it to individual performances over and over again from Crooked. He needs a little bit of help here, and the bomb is going to be moving towards this A side. I mean, I think if anything, start baiting for Crooked. Like somebody else slide him first. Give this man the chance to get these kills, but Plazma's going to find 2 right off the rip. Crooked can't find the he can't find the trade, and it's just going to leave Ray by himself. I completely lost where I was going with that.
Crooked got smoked! Crooked got smoked by Team Plazmaa. All 3 players, they push right into him. That's just what you need to take down a Titan. And Team Plazmaa are going to walk away with the search and destroy 6-4. And look at this. We're going to see in the best play, just the lineup that we had there. Shatter shows a noggin. And Plazmaa just rips it apart. I mean, that was a perfect round for them. They're able to handle the aggression from those attackers as good as ever in the previous rounds. And I mean, Moscow, you needed to bounce back from Team Plazmaa. You can't get away with the unlimited lives that Hardpoint has to offer if you're Team Crooked. And that's what I was expecting from Search and Destroy after seeing what I saw in Hardpoint. I mean, once you're able to kind of tame the beast with the pacing and able to just slow things down, Team Crooked were just playing Plazma's game.
I mean, there was one answer to beating Team Crooked right now, and It's kill this man right here. Oh, you can't even see it.
Can't even see
Kill
it.
Crooked.
You
It's
wrote
just
it down.
kill Crooked. That's the answer to beating Team Crooked. He's got no help right now. If you take this man out of the game, you are going to win the rounds, evidently, in Search and Destroy. So you got to think that the same answer is going to go towards this control when we get there. You need to make sure you find a way to slow him down and shut him down. And if you do, you'll be able to find success in this Checkmate Search and Destroy, especially on Checkmate on a map where it's going to be so open. I think the only thing I'm scared of, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm very scared for Team Plazmaa, is on defense. When Crooked is there and he's pushed so far forward and he has you in that spawn trap, you need to make sure you get him out of your base as soon as possible, because you know he's going to be that guy getting into those aggressive spots.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be that guy, pal. He's going to be that guy. But let's take a look at the bracket, because there's a few games that have finished up, Cruz. And we actually have some matchups set and ready to go for losers round 4. It is Team Testin versus Team Venet, because Venet does 3-0 Dr. Perseus. So they're going to move on into that matchup, and Fishity 3-1 victory over Beaston. So they lose out on that first map, they win the next 3. And Team Beaston now, I mean, you just get to sit back, relax, and watch over this series, because I mean, Crooked versus Plazmaa, that's who you got going up next. Crooked and Plazmaa tied 1 apiece for themselves. And right now, I've seen Beaston play enough to know that they can shut down this Crooked team if they do go up against it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I think the big thing with that too is, like, you got to think if they end up going and they play Search and Destroys against Beaston, like with the way that Crooked's team just looked in Search and Destroy, I mean, you got to think like that's going to be a tough one to win. So, I mean, like, either way, if Crooked makes it through this, it's going to be pretty tough.
There's just only so much that Crooked could do for the team. And, like, we just keep on hyping him up because he literally is putting the team in the backpack. Closest person to stay kind of toe-to-toe with him is Shrike on his team. And, I mean, Ray and Shatter, if they just pick up the pace and just back up their squad members, this could be a dangerous team. The only thing is that we haven't seen that yet. So they can really turn on a dime if Ray and Shatter step up the pace and start backing their teammates up. But so far, it hasn't been the storyline. We're this deep into the tournament that the question kind of abodes is that, will we see it since we're this far in already? I mean, just Checkmate Control, it's going to tell a lot for these teams.
No, absolutely. I think the big thing with these two teams, and I mean, I hate to keep harping on it, but it's really got to be shutting down Crooked. And if he can get a supporting cast too, that's the big thing, right? Like, you got to think like, yeah, sure, they could shut down Crooked, but if everybody else on Crooked's team starts to turn up as well, that's when it's really going to get into a situation where it's going to be really tough for Team Plazmaa to be able to answer that, because we saw pieces of it during the Search and Destroy. We saw a little bit more of it during the hard point, where once they all really started playing team camaraderie and like really started playing well together, that's when it was very tough for them to stop this Crooked team. So it's going to be tough, but Crooked just needs some help.
Oh, he sure does. Well, it seems like we are getting a little bit of, oh no, I had that wrong. We're going to be loading into the Checkmate, ready for the control. So I guess let's just let the gameplay speak for itself. Let's see if these teammates can back them up. And if I'm Team Plazmaa, if I'm just doing the exact same thing I did in that control, just maintaining pace, checking your routes. And I mean, if you're going to Checkmate, which we are, you're looking at the assault rifle players. You just set up on those power positions and really just kind of mow them down as they come their way. So it's a lot to see in this Checkmate map. It is going to be a swing one as well. And I'm sure that if Team Crooked can pick up this control map, we will be seeing some heavy momentum back to that Garrison hardpoint. I think this seems like almost a must-win for Team Plazmaa, because as much as we've been talking down on this Team Crooked roster, if you go back to that hardpoint, I mean, there's a chance that up 2-1, Crooked can take that hardpoint again.
I honestly feel like this is even more of a win for Team Crooked, to be honest with you. Like, we talk about it all the time, how Control is the swing map, and because we both think that it's a must-win for Crooked and for Plazmaa, it absolutely is a swing map, even more so through and through here, and we'll just have to see who ends up coming out on top, because I don't know if Crooked can take a Search and Destroy off Plazmaa, and I'm really not that sure if Plazmaa can take a hard point off of Team Crooked. So it's really what it's going to end up coming down to, is who's going to be able to take this control here.
Well, off the break, we lie even. into the kill factor. Crooked makes his way into the A site, working on that first segment. Cuban up in the wing is putting some dangerous shots on down. Actually forces Crooked off of the point for now and right into the hands of Crook. So they clear out the site. And now working for the second wave to set up on these power angles and maintain control of not just plane, but the B site as well. Ray finds an opening, breaks past Crook. Stops the clock at 3 seconds now. Looking for a little bit extra from behind. But it's going to be Crooked and Shrike leading the way. They get onto this A site, working on the progression indeed. That is a phenomenal break, and that all started off with Ray, a player that we were highlighting to see step up to the plate.
And I mean, I feel like this has got to be the A zone done. And Crooked trying to put some forward progression as well. He's not going to get it yet, but I mean, just getting that extra minute of the clock here. They're only down 1 in lives, but I mean, that break that Plazmaa just got is, I mean, it can't go unnoticed. It's huge. The fact that you're able to get that much map control back with how far forward Team Crooked already was on you there. And they're continuing to run it here. Plazmaa on 4 in a row now. I mean, if he can find streaks as well, this could be absolutely insanely huge.
Plazmaa. I mean, you talked about Crooked getting to the spawns. Well, look at Crook and Plazmaa as they're just looking to work some magic back there and burn some time off this clock. You got 7 lives left if you are Team Crooked. Make it 6 now that Ray has fallen across. And with Plazmaa set up in this corner, he is just going to be mowing them down as they cross. You got no respawns remaining. And the line of scrimmage is just pushing farther and farther up for Team Plazmaa. Team Crooked really on their back foot. They line up, and Team Plazmaa, they knock down that first round.
A really good first round, in all honesty. Once that A zone was done, it really looked like Crooked had a great chance to be able to string them from one zone into the other. But what ended up happening was Plazmaa, they just get all 4 down, and once they did, it was foot to the gas, and everybody just pushed completely forward. It just got in the face of Team Crooked. Makes it so hard for you to be able to get out of your spawn. We see it happen all the time on defense, on this map mode combo in general, but I mean, just very well played from Team Plazmaa.
Look at the difference now. Crooked 7 and 8 into this one. He wasn't getting a whole lot in that control, and something you highlighted is coming out, and it's really affecting this game. Crook hops up onto this wing. Are they going to check it? Shadow the first one out. The bait into Shrike, and they do a good job of cleaning him up. Only thing is that they're laying even in the trades. And Wheezy can't find another one, so the attack is going to be shut down. They just have to deal with Cupan over at the A site, and they're going to be good to go. But Cupan's actually getting a lot of work done over at this end. Doesn't get the segment finished over at A, so another job well done for Team Crooked.
Yeah, it's big. It kills some time off the clock. Stopped them from being able to get a tick of progression all the way through yet, but I think what they got to be wary of right now is they have 0, and I mean absolutely no plane control right now. Crook will be the first line of defense here in the plane. Both players get tagged up by nades, but Crook comes out on top in the kill. And I mean, that's got to be the first thing right now for Team Crooked. You got to get plane control, then you got to start to fight your way out to try to get back onto that A site.
Okay, Crook takes some large damaging shots there as soon as he peeks on out. The nade too, this man's eating it all. And he still comes away with a kill onto Shrike. 2 ticks done at A. Work on the last segment. Crook has got to get there fast to clear them off. And excellent heads up play from Team Plazmaa to take their awareness over to the wing, clean him up, and put that A site out of commission. Add a minute to the clock. Quite the life lead gain too from Team Plazmaa, but I mean, Shrike handles that with ease. Cleans out the last 2, now looking to push back to the B site.
Batter's really struggling in this game right now. At 3-15, he needs to find a way to just get a little bit more done for his team here. Try to help out a little bit here, because you just can't leave it all on Crooked. I know we've been saying it all day long, but you just really can't. Already 13-17 in lives here for the side of Team Plazmaa. And you got to think too, with Shatter dying 15 times, it just hurts the team even more. Like, just play your life even a little bit longer if you're not getting kills at this point.
Rigo down. Good break from Plazmaa. Looking to hop onto the site now. They just got to clear out Shrike, and then they're going to be set to go. But Shrike is doing so much right now. He finds 2. He hits the deck, and he's just playing lives as well. Waits for the reinforcements to come to back him up. And I mean, Crooked are really fighting their way back into this one. 9 lives to 12, but they have knocked down the lead from Team Plazmaa considerably. And Crooked now looking for a little bit extra, not able to find Plazmaa. But still, yet to fight out of their spawns comfortably is Team Plazmaa, so they gotta be worried.
Drake is really starting to bring this one back for Team Crooked. He's on 4 in a row. If he can find streaks, it would be massive for their team here. They need to try to just push forward and try to pin these Team Plazmaa players in the back, kind of like what Plazmaa was able to do to them. It just hasn't happened yet. Strike gets around the corner. He plays his life and gets away here.
That is absolutely large. And finds a 6-1, make it a 7. Oh, I thought he snapped on the Q-pan. The nade's gonna clean him up before he's able to find the artillery strike, but the damage, it's been done. Team Crooked, they even us up 1-1 after the second round of control, and a lot closer than round number 1, but I think they get to breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief knowing that they're not going down 2-0 right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a very scary round, and I think that offense right now, it's looking like it's going to be really, really tough for Andrew. Crooked seem to be able to take the offense there, but you just got to think they just got to keep plugging away at it and pushing at it if they want to be able to find this one off. I mean, Crooked hasn't even been the shining star here in this game so far. It really has been Strike. He pretty much just won them that round individually there with that top lane control. And so, I mean, if he can continue to do it here, the submachine gun duo, if they can find a way, it's still doable. And it looks like they're actually going to go for a full hit towards B this time right off the bat. I love this hit. Instead of going towards A, doing the norm, they're going to break the status quo and really try to find their way onto the site. They already get a tick of progression in. Make that 2 as they find that final kill. That's all 4 down. They have every chance in the world to be able to finish this B zone now.
Oh, Wheezy. Pushing fast. Pops up top. Strike is behind. Clears out Q-pan. Wheezy doing justice onto the site. And wow, if you needed a player to do anything, what Wheezy just did might have been enough, but Shatter pops right back onto it. Looking to put this one in the dirt. Add him into the clock, and that's just scary if you're Team Plazmaa. We were talking about Team Crooked struggling for their attacks. Well, I think they just put themselves in a prime position to take this round.
This is the one zone that they were able to capture the last time through on offense as well, was this A zone. We know arguably it is the harder zone to be. Actually, I don't even think it's arguable. A zone and much easier to capture than the B zone. And Ray, he'll be that player pushed furthest forward. Him and Strike really just trying to set the tone here. And nobody on Team Plazmaa can get through the choke point. But Kirk over the top, he'll find 2 and at least slow the push down from the side of Team Crooked.
Captain Kirk showing up when he needs to. Off the top ropes to clear out the rest of the squad, but Crooked, a menace into the plane, finally cut down. The bleeding has stopped momentarily. I mean, but Team Crooked, they hold a pretty large knife. They can cut this right back open in no time at all. Crook has to go big with this, finds one, make it a second one with the help of Q-pan. And they stay alive.
And the big thing for me here is how does Team Crooked fight out of their spawn now? Because this is where they got into a lot of trouble in the end of the last round, was once they got pinned back here. And those 2 kills right off the bat from Strike and Crooked leading the way really opens everything up. They can push back up, get back towards this mid-map control. They just need this plane. They need to find these kills to get out, and they still do have that life advantage like you pointed out.
Kill feed. All blue. Finally, you put a little bit of plasma in it. Q-pan finds 2, 3 go down. Oh, Crooked almost solo plays right back into there. A 5 life lead. Hashing
5 lives left as well.
And only 5 lives left, like you say. No respawns remaining. Crooked hitting one last hit, looking to just play that life advantage. Flood on into this hill. Oh, but Plazmaa absolutely wrecking havoc onto Team Crooked. Sends them back into their spawn at 2v6. And there's 60 seconds to work. There's plenty of time for Crooked to take this round win. It would be a big fluke if they lose this one. You can see all 3 players looking to swarm on into their Q-pan, gets overwhelmed. All up to Wheezy to play 1v6. Put the nade on down, 2 HP and a dream. And I don't care what you're dreaming. That dream is just, it's way too big.
Yeah, that was that's a tough one there for themselves. But I mean, Can we just talk about how Andrew Crooked and Strike just took over that round as the SMG duo? They completely overwhelmed the B site right off the rip. That's why they get that site. They win all of the gunfights over there, and even Shatter got into the fray towards the end of it to help them secure that B site. And then the rotation over to A, it looked scary at times, but that big life advantage that they built at the start really comes to fruition at the end. It's how they close that round out for themselves. Now looking in towards this next round, this is really make or break here for Team Plazmaa. I feel you got to win this round because you don't want to go down 2-1 and head into another hard point against Team Crooked here.
Well, here we go. Something to point out too is that if Team Crooked lose this round, I'm pretty sure they get defense too.
Yeah, they definitely have the life advantage for sure.
Crook has made his way into the back there. He could find some kills, but he's just a little bit late to the party. And it's like what we were mentioning in the raid control last series is that Andrew is the way he was pushing on that raid in the control, just doing nothing in the situations that you put yourself in. So you have to be a little bit more on the same wavelength if they're Team Plazmaa to get out of their spawns. And looking a little bit just disjointed at the start. And
a lot of individual pushes right now.
That's exactly what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I'm 100% right there with you right now. They absolutely need to try to team up a little bit here, and you just can't get smoked like that either. Wow. Strength just with the burn on the turn there. And I mean, with only 20 seconds left, this is getting really, really rough. They need to find a way to get out of their spawn, and Shatter staying alive is so huge there because it just forces so many arrows to have to turn towards him. He's absolutely turned it up since I was giving him a very rough time earlier on in this game. Yeah, he's only 15 and 25, but it was a lot rougher earlier. They need to find a way to get onto us because, like you're saying, only 7 seconds left. They do hop on, but it's only Q-Pan. He's the only one pushed forward right now, closest to even hop.
How good is your FFAR? Oh, it's good enough to get Crook back onto it. Oh, but how long can they withstand this first stick through? 6.4 seconds, and Crooked, he's making the work on through plane. Waiting to strike. Waiting to fly at his enemies right now. Well, he's actually going to hop on low. Shatter finds a big one to open this one up. Here comes the follow through. A-site's gone. It's Team Plazmaa. They're still in this. Okay.
I mean, what do you even do there? Like I just feel bad for them having to play against Crooked right now, man. Like,
he's 35 and 21. He's having a great time right now. May get 36.
Over under 40.
37.
I got over.
I don't know, man.
Only 6 players left now for Plazmaa. 30 seconds to get onto a zone here. It's just a tough spot to be in here. Only 5 remaining now. They've only got 23 seconds. I mean, they were able to do it to the A zone, but there's just not enough resources at this moment in time. And with that kill coming through, no, he's got to find the last 2. No, he's not going to get 40, I don't think. Oh,
I hate to break it to you, man.
Pain.
But I think you should cancel your casino trip. Q-Pan last alive, 1v8. FFAR in hand. Who? Hello? Is he gonna expect Crooked? Give him the smoke. No, it's not gonna happen. Oh, Q-Pan, I was hoping to put on a show there, but 3-1, Team Crooked. Their respawns, it's been the name of the game so far in the series, and when you give lives to deal with, it just seems like Crooked is gonna fly with them, and that's exactly what we're seeing. But you gotta give a little bit to Shatter and Raid because you wanted to see them pick up the pace, and I mean, they did into that. Yeah, it's not like star-studded, shining performances like we're seeing out of their captain, but they're doing enough to play that supportive role. Like
it doesn't have to be. It does not have to be these star-studded performances, but they need to do their job. They were absolutely, the both of them were dying way too many times in that early round. Or even the early first 2 rounds, they were dying a lot. And you know what? You started to see towards the later half of that game, they started playing their lives a little bit more. They weren't throwing as many lives away. Because, I mean, if you can just give Crooked multiple lives over and over again, I mean, do it, please. Because by all means, this man, he has been on a roll in this series. And now they look to head towards another hard point. And, I mean, you got to think they need to put it away here. You don't want to go to a game 5 against Plazmaa.
And it's Garrison, too. Like, it seems like a playground right now for Team
really
Crooked.
does.
Like, I don't know what to expect. We're gonna toss it to a quick little break while we get set up for this map number 4, and when we come back, we're gonna continue with the coverage for the CCL Summer 8s tourney powered by eFuse. Welcome back, folks. Or welcome to Can They Kill 'Em, featuring Andrew Crooked. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome back to the CCL team Summer 8s, powered by eFuse. My name's Seymour, alongside me Cruz all day long. And Team Plazmaa, they're backed up against the wall now, heading into Garrison Hardpoint. Team Crooked, after a commanding last round of control, they stepped up to the plate and they swung out of the park. I think this is looking good so far into the hard point. How are you feeling for Team Plazmaa?
I mean, you literally said it before the break. This is about to be a crooked hunting ground on Garrison. The question is, and I think it's been the question for every map so far, will Crooked get teammates? And will Plazmaa be able to shut down Crooked?
Well, give Strike some...
Strike's been pretty good. Strike has been pretty good. But
you know what? And Shatter is a star.
Wrong.
Shatter's a star, Cruz. Come on. He is doing his best.
You gotta stop reading Twitch chat, sir.
This has been a great ride. I'm loving it, but exactly like you say, it's something we got to watch out for.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't even bring this one back in, but Team Plazmaa, it's really what it's got to come down to. They need to win the hard point to be able to get us to this game 5. And if we get to the game 5, I don't see a way where they don't lose, or to be honest. But it's just the matter of getting there. And surprise, surprise, Crooked with first blood. They've already completely opened up the map for us, and it's already Team Crooked onto the first zone. At least he's not on an 8 spree already.
Yeah, silver linings. We take silver linings here and we run with them. We get that copium for Team Plazmaa. And we will never let go. Big break, though, onto this the hill number 1, as they're going to be in control of not just this point now to collect this time, the remaining 18 seconds and however much you can, but they're rotating over to hill number 2 as well. So, I mean, Team Plazmaa, they were really good in raid hardpoint at being able to maintain rotations at times. It's just really shutting down the captain.
And, I mean, well, here's the thing, though. Team Crooked, they do get majority of the time off the bat there, but like you said, Plazmaa, they do get a big break, and they actually do end up holding on to those P2 spawns as well. That's huge. But you can already see Team Crooked, they're trying to make the break in through the back. I mean, this is one of the better ways to try to break this hill, but the struggle with trying to break from this side of the hill is if Plazmaa not only hold on to the remainder of this time, but if you let them spawn up on the right-hand side of the minimap, it's already been 30 seconds. At this point of the hill, this isn't where you want to be spawning on that left side.
No, not one bit.
These are very weird spawns coming in right now, though, because I have no idea how Crooked's team just got the spawn on the right.
That's the Cold War effect sometimes, I feel. But Ray... he's gonna hop on back, give Plazmaa the work. You do get those spawns, so I mean, if you're Crooked, you're throwing up some prayers for that one. But now you look to hold off on this one and put a real dent into the lead of Team Plazmaa.
And I mean, this could absolutely be a full 60 hold here, barring the right control here from the side of Team Crooked, and they'll already get that first blow right underneath floating tank. And it looks like the way that Plazmaa want to try to hit this is through the middle of the map. That's where it seems like this whole hit is setting up from. And I mean, you don't want to run into the submachine gun duo of Crooked and Strike, which are just set up and waiting for you. But actually, Strike and Shatter both end up falling. This actually leaves it open for them to be able to push it through tools. And the break is on. It's only one player left here in Shatter. And he goes big in the back. He's able to find one, but the spawns will continue to come in from Plazmaa now on that right-hand side.
Yes, it will. Team Plazmaa have done a great job at nullifying Team Crooked from gaining any time into this hill number 3. As you said, that could have been dangerous. That could have been 60 gone out of the hands. Now Strike back here looking to pick up the scrap time and has actually flipped out a few of these Team Plazmaa players. So Strike's still killing them. He's able to break on through tools and he gets in behind, takes down Wheezy. With that being said, though, Team Plazmaa, they do get blessed some spawns over in radar, so they're going to look to take control of green, get into this hill. Crook leading the way, leading the charge. I think he was curious at where Crooked was standing because I did not know who was collecting time either, and We're gonna be even, it looks like, in this hill number 4.
We'll see if they can break in from the front here. But again, it's just Team Crooked. They've got too good of a setup right now towards this hill, and they're going to keep this team spawning on that right-hand side. It's exactly where they want them spawning, because it just forces them to have to push in through so many of these small little chokeholds. And there's the lead flip as Team Crooked do take the lead here now in this game. And they still hold on to those left-hand side spawns as well. So, I mean, like, they have every chance in the world. This, like, if we thought the last one was pretty big, this is a huge chance to blow a bit of a lead open here for Team Crooked.
Plazmaa, they're in the danger zone right now. Need to get out. Oh, play number 5, Crook. That could be something to watch out for. The spawns are going to provide a pinch now into this hill number 5. Crooked takes care of the front line. Cupan's trying to find an opening there. Crook sneaks in behind. He goes 1 for 1 in this, and they're making this scrappy for Crooked to have to pick up any time. But finally, the kills come on through. They're going to force out Team Plazmaa in the bottom left of the minimap.
Can we talk about Ray for a second? Crooked having a slow map for his standards at 9-9 right now, but Ray has absolutely turned it up for their team right now.
So
17-10. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong at all, but it's like, I think they might have switched accounts right now. Shatter and Ray have turned it on their heads compared to where we've seen them so far today, and I mean, good for them in all honesty.
Well, let's hope that's not the case, because Shatter is a star right now. 4 seconds left before the second set of rotations start. And it is going to be Crooked. The first one's there. Cupan with the FFAR. We battle in. Shots so fast, so quick. He deletes them off the map, but you do get the reinforcements in. They clear the site back onto it, and they are going to be in control of this time for the time being. 43 seconds left. The break from Team Plazmaa forming through elbow. Plazmaa and Wheezy get into the mix. And now hopping up for contention. Gotta be a big one for Cupan. He takes control of green. They take away the hill.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though.
Flip it, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was supposed to say. The thing is, Crooked wasn't able to get this flip through the first set of rotations. That's where we saw Plazmaa get a good chunk of their time, was on a full 60 hold on P2. This time through, though, Team Crooked, I mean, they don't have the hold set in stone yet, but they have the spawns that they need right now to try to get that hold. Gonna be a one-on-one for initial.
Yeah, it was my, Team Plazmaa who actually got majority time on hill number 2 as well, so Crook gets caught out. It's gonna be some big gunfights from green, but Team Crooked, they take the aggressive play, they force the gunfights, and they clear them on out. They know exactly where Cupan is, tries to go for the pre-fire, but Crooked cleans him up, and now all these arrows, they're gonna be turning over towards the middle of the map, because that's exactly where Team Plazmaa are looking to take their aggression, and as they line up, they fall just as fast.
And this is a great hold so far. Already a front 30 to the side of Team Crooked. They haven't been able to really not get broken by anywhere yet. Everybody doing their job right now on the side of Team Crooked, and this is when this team can get really, really scary. When everybody's going positive. Yes, I know Strike is only 9-12 right now, but he's had some really big moments in this series and in this game. And if they can find a way to flip this out and flip towards P3, I mean, you got to think this game is pretty much done and dusted at that point. So this hold is so important for Team Plazmaa at this point.
I mean, 16.
And one spawns out.
16 will put you in striking distance, but we talk about Shrike as well throughout this.
Oh.
He has himself a route to run there. They got top-bottom spawns for either side. These kills are going to be huge, but a team kill from Shrike, and that's not what you needed. In fact, that is a blessing for Team Plazmaa, as they can take their sights in front of the hill now. The slide comes in. Shatter clears out Wheezy. He gets into it for a moment, but mostly he just keeps Team Plazmaa off of the hill for a short distance.
Wheezy won them that rotation too. There was literally everybody dead in a one-on-one for the hill. Wheezy wins the one-on-one. If he loses that one-on-one, Team Crooked get those spawns. They don't end up getting them though, as everybody spawns up on Wheezy from Team Plazmaa. That's what allows them to even get inside a situation where they can hold on to this hill. Now, you can take a look. We're heading back towards this trash hill. Last time we were here, it was very 50-50 hill, but it was very much so controlled by the side of Team Crooked, because Plazmaa were stuck back in this spawn. You can see they're trying to do everything in their power right now to break out and get out of this spawn, and they've done it. They've absolutely flipped these spawns on their head. They can now at least look to push out and try to fight their way into this hill.
218 to 150. 27. Big break, 3 go down. Q-Pan on an island now, has to go big for the team, but not expecting Strike to be out from behind now. In control, they can put this one away here. Crook has to hop on for a little bit of time. Even clears out Shatter too. Finds a second onto Ray, so this is going to be a lot of time for Crook to gain. How long can he stay alive though?
He had some good backup there in Q-Pan as well, just watching over him, but Crooked will be able to hop back into this hill. Very quickly will get contested and go back to the way of Team Plazmaa though, but I mean, they're making it scrappy right now, and that's really what Team Plazmaa needs to do. You just can't let Team Crooked get too comfortable, but the last time we headed towards Hill 5, I think it was all Team Crooked. It was very little time to the side of Team Plazmaa. It's really where we started to see Ray start to pop off here in this game. And with that kill on the player trying to rotate out towards top green, they've completely cleared out one side of the map, and now Crooked, they can just put full focus on the left-hand side and trying to kill these players off spawn.
Ooh, Strike! Oh, can't find the third one on the Wheezy, so 3 go down, they get back in, they stay alive for now. 36 seconds in hill number 5. Crooked and Elbow finds the first one, the backup from Shatter. The clear coming through, make it 3 down, 14 Plazmaa. It's all up to the captain to stay alive, but he drops as well, so this is getting dangerous now. You gotta look for some big key gunfights to come out through. Plazmaa has to battle on back into this, because it's totally winnable for Team Crooked here. And they can't even touch the site. Ray finds 2. He's just playing turret above, and that is a big break. Now we are going back to a rotation, but there's not a lot of time to deal with here.
Not a lot of time and so much distance that Team Plazmaa needs to make up.
Q-Pan, oh! He gets in there, 3 seconds left. The contention is out there. Crook on the side there. They hop on this. That is game over, man. It looks like Crooked is going to find that last one. Put the last nail into the coffin and drive it home for Team Crooked to stay alive in this Summer 8's tourney. And I can't believe they did it, but they turned up in Garrison Hardpoint. When they needed them most, they were there, and they looked good.
I said get this man some teammates. Well, he absolutely found 3 in that game. Because, I mean, everybody on the team was putting everything into that last matchup there. And you got to think they did not want to go to another Search and Destroy. Absolutely no chance they wanted to play another Search and Destroy against Plazmaa. Yeah, it was only a 6-4 loss. But it just felt like they were never fully comfortable on that map mode combo. My only question is just how long are they going to be able to keep this up for? This has been a long losers bracket run. Speaking of which, I think we can take a look at our bracket as well. And it has just been a big losers bracket run from Team Crooked all the way from winners round 1. They dropped down to losers bracket. It's been 3 straight games in a row. They took out Josh. They took out Catalyst. Now they take out Team Plazmaa. Now they face their toughest opponent yet in Beaston.
It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game for sure. But I mean, maybe they needed a little bit of a warm-up at the start. There's a little bit of screen time, because that was the first time that Team Crooked were on screen for the stream. So maybe a little bit of early jitters from Shatter and Ray, but they definitely picked up the pace towards the end of it. And I was seeing a leaf getting turned for the squad towards the end of that. And they looked brand new in that Garrison Hardpoint. They looked a lot more comfortable. But let's take a look at who has fallen so far in the tournament now that we cross off Plazmaa from the list. Another one is going to bite the dust here in the CCL Summer 8's tournament. And we can talk about the teams that have gone, but let's talk about the teams who are still here. Fishity, Crooked, Tactic, Venet, Beaston, and Teston. Those are the remaining teams into this. And we still have, I think, 2 more to cross out before we end the night.
Yes, you are correct, because we're going to do one more round of losers tonight before tomorrow. And I mean, what started with 16 teams, cross out 10 of them literally here. We're down to 6. And I mean, we were looking at some of these teams yesterday. I thought that Fishty and Crooked would be really good. I don't think anybody expected Team Tactic to be where they are right now. I mean, that's our own fault. We didn't have the full player rap sheet on all of these guys. But I absolutely think that they might be the team to beat right now.
Looking good so far. We're going to cut to a little bit of a break. When we come back, we're going to continue with the coverage for the CCL Summer 8's tourney powered by eFuse. We've got one more series left. You don't want to miss it.